BackYardSKY Solar. BackYardSKY. I've been doing this since 9/11. Once that second plane hit the tower, I'm like, "Cha-ching! I'm woken up, everybody! Thank you, 9/11, for waking me up to your game. I'm out of here!" Dollar General, just like my information. That's what it reminds me of.
Nature.
Guard my keys in my car. I'll be back. Be a good boy. Be a good boy.
Morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders. We're optimistic as to what becomes of it all. It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism. There are no limits.
It figures it would be something like this.
Our nation, our ideals of vision.
Excuse
We don't want
me.
to just survive.
You
We
know,
want to
you look like your head
succeed.
fell on the cheese dip back in 1957. You're okay. This one, real ugly. You see, I take these glasses off, she looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put them back on, formaldehyde face. That's what we got.
That's enough out of you. You get out or I call the cops.
Call the cops. You know what you need? You need a Brazilian plastic surgeon.
I've got one that can see.
Folks, while most of the people in the world are asleep to the agenda, many of us know that the COVID-19 coronavirus is being used to forward governance and to push us into a new world order, or as Henry Kissinger calls it, a liberal world order. I want to show you something from the 4th of April. This is Dr. Anthony Fauci, and he is giving what appears to be the lion's paw hidden hand sign that is often associated with adherents of the various branches of the ancient Babylonian mystery schools, including but not exclusive to Freemasonry. You be the judge. This seems very deliberate, and then he waves afterwards to someone else after having appeared to signal that he is a member of one of the branches of the ancient mystery schools. This hand sign is most often seen with the right hand being used, and some may say, well, Dr. Fauci's using his left hand, so it can't be. Well, George Washington was a Freemason, and here we can see in this picture that he was using his left hand as the hidden hand sign. And it is probably no coincidence that Dr. Anthony S. Fauci, the head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and a point person on the federal government's response to coronavirus, graduated from the Holy Cross Jesuit College in Worcester in 1962. I'm not going to say any more about this at the moment, but I thought it was worth bringing it to people's attention, and you can do with it what you will.
Godfather's in the house. Grab your bitches.
Good boy.
Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Take a look at me, everything I own's iced out. Pimp, baby, you can see my wrist with the lights out. This is how I do
Backyard
it,
Sky.
clothes. Godfather, baby, on the plates of my rolls. Step back, hey, to make a little room for my hoes. Gators on my feet, take a look at my toes. Money is the reason all the real players know that. Godfather lays punks to rest. You got no chance up against the best. A rocks in the east and a rolls in the west. If you don't dig the pimpin', I could really care less. Cause it's pimp or die. Pimp or die, baby. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Come on. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy. G-O-D-F-A-T-H-E-R. Hoes start running when they see my car. Even though I'm a pro wrestling star, they know I don't play and I gotta get paid. Everything I wear, baby's tailor-made. I come into your town and go off like a grenade. And anyone who steps on the mat, they get laid. Let me pimp or let me die, that's the game I chose. Condos, speedboats, and beautiful hoes. Cartier wristwear, furs and gold. And mad cash, baby, too much to fold. Cause it's pimp or die. Pimp or die, baby. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Pimpin' ain't easy, man.
I want to go back to spaceweatherarchive.com. March 24th, 2020. No one knows how big the icy core of Comet Atlas is, C 2019 Y4. It might possibly be no wider than a few kilometers. One thing's for sure, though, the atmosphere of this comet is massive. New images from amateur astronomers around the world show that Atlas's gaseous envelope has ballooned in diameter to 720,000 kilometers. So it's about half as wide as the sun. Did you read the article recently that showed that Uranus let out some flatulence that was larger than the sun, this huge gas bubble? Well, they're saying that a few kilometers is creating 720,000 kilometer atmosphere. That's kind of tough to believe unless there's, if somebody showed me the science, I'm not saying that that isn't the case, because it definitely well could be, but for the layman like myself, and I'll admit I'm a layman.
Silly human. Zorg.
Now, this is a great article from ancient-origins.net. Ancient Comet Atlas measures half the size of the sun and its back, a huge icy space rock. It's currently in the constellation of Ursa Major in the northern sky, passing through the orbit of Mars. It has a trajectory with our sun, and it will progressively get brighter, to the point of where we're going to be able to see it with our own eyes without even the need to use telescopes or binoculars. It flew by approximately 4000 BC. It was witnessed by Egyptian farmers, as well as the pharaohs, I'm sure, Neolithic tribes in Ireland, Scotland, Scandinavia, people from all over the world. And this was reported, and it was supposedly first spotted December 28th, 2019 by the ATLAS system, which is Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. So the comet's atmosphere measures 5 times the physical size of Jupiter, about half the size of the sun. Scientists say by the end of April, it will appear brighter than Venus. And some people think that this is the blue Kachina. Now, NORAD, Northcom, move personnel mountain bunker amid pandemic. There are people inside of Cheyenne Mountain right now, special forces, that have separated themselves and disassociated themselves from the outside world physically and are only contacted via digital now, or radio waves, or whatever waves they use to communicate. Hello. Somebody said that they thought I was making this up. I'm not. This is CBS Denver, CBS 4 News. I'll leave the link in the video description box. Now, this is C 2019 Y1 Atlas. This is C 1844. This is the great comet of a long time ago. This was, I think, discovered in 1844, hence the number 1844. This one, that's where I was getting confused a moment ago. This right here, we look at C 2019 Y1 Atlas, April 5th. You can see the location. This is at theskylive.com. I need to get more information on C 2019 Y1, and I'm asking for anybody's help that can show me how to use this telescope that I've got. I've got a really nice telescope. It's a Meade 8-inch ACF LX200. It's got the dual mount on it. It's a good amateur telescope. I'm in a good area. I just don't know how to use this thing right to track this comet. So if anybody can send me an email, leakproject@gmail.com. Maybe we could even do a podcast on it. If you've got a YouTube channel and you've got a telescope, I'd love to help promote your YouTube channel as well. So please send me an email, and that way we could live stream this comet for people to see. And I mean, look at the radius of the Earth. It's less than 4,000 miles, 3,958.8 miles. That pales in comparison to the tail of this comet. And so I just find it fascinating that an ice rock can fly through space and create so much havoc. It's amazing to me. Hale-Bopp. Now, Hale-Bopp had a tail of 50 million kilometers from the research that I did. That's a lot more massive than what we're dealing with here shortly. What's going to happen? That's the million-dollar question, right? Time will tell. I think we're going to be okay. I think it's good to be prepared, not scared. And it seems like oftentimes when comets pass the Earth, there are pandemics as well. So they kind of go hand in hand. Here's the star map of Hale-Bopp, the way that it orbits. And that's, yeah, we wanted to do that. Let's go back there. Here we go. Does this have the same orbit of Oumuamua? If so, that's also very fascinating, which could lead to the possibility of there being some type of, that was like the probe. Imagine this. Now let's take this into the woo for a minute. Fast radio bursts. What if some of those were warnings or activation codes, beacons, tracking beacons, GPS in a sense, telling people of a civilization where they were in another place in the universe? What if Oumuamua was a space probe, and a lot of people, astronomers and scientists, people a lot smarter than myself, think it was a space probe of another civilization? And if that was the case, they get the information, it gets sent back, and now they're coming. They're on their way. And they're disguising this giant ship that's coming in as an asteroid. And people that are looking at it with telescopes, I mean, it looks like an asteroid, but is it?
the information that says even if you're not sure if it's a COVID-19 death, list it as one. And that tells you automatically this whole thing is half BS, okay? There's some sick people. There's a flu going around. You can call it what you want to. I got it last year. It hospitalized me. I didn't know if I was going to make it. My brother didn't make it. It's been going around. I have no doubt that the pain in some cases is being inflicted by this disease. But these numbers from the devil in the details, again, go there, and if you'll pull this down where you can share this link, come to the very bottom, it says link right here, wwcd.gov, and this gives that PDF that I'm reading here from the NVSS, National Vital Stat System. Make sure, this is important, if you've ever been a patriot in this country, if you've ever stood up for anything, this is what you need to do. I'm going to make sure that our local health department and our state department has this information as soon as I get through this video. I've just decided to do it in this way, but I want to show you some information that's coming out now. And let me say this, if you can't get in direct touch with your state or local health department, you may know someone that's part of that, or mayor or alderman or whatever, that can pass the information along on that PDF. Make sure you have the PDF. If you need to print it and show it to somebody or email it, do that. Now, the information coming out this morning is the reason that I'm going back to that video and asking everyone to help. It says this is huge, official model for the coronavirus used by the Center for Disease Control just cut their numbers by half. They're making it up as they go along. We knew that all along. These models were coming from the same bunch that work with WHO. And you're dealing with the lady, Dr. Briggs, who is on Bill Gates' foundation. Do you understand what I'm saying? On Bill Gates' foundation about disease control and vaccines. And what they're trying to push right now is for everyone to be tested one way or the other. Then you can either wear a badge, I guess kind of like the star in Nazi Germany, that you are over the disease, or you don't test positive, or you test negative. Either way, if you don't have it, they may allow you to go back to work. If you do have it, you're going to be isolated until you can come out clean. And a guy with the Federal Reserve even wants daily testing with badges. Think about that. Now, on a daily basis, we've seen the governor of New York, Cuomo, come on with his daily briefings about how many hospital beds he needs, how many ventilators, how many ICU beds he's going to need, things like that. They're bringing in these huge hospital ships, which are still empty. But let's look at this article. Now, it was all to create panic, get the nation shut down, bring down the monetary system of the U.S. Said it's quite stunning. The government models used to predict the extent of the coronavirus pandemic are off by huge margins in the latest coronavirus tracking numbers. And we're going to look at that tracker. The government predictions reported are at the covidtracking.com. That's where it's at, https://covidtracking.com/data. I will link to that. As of yesterday, April 5th, all the beds needed 179,267. ICU beds needed 33,000. Invasive ventilators 26,544. And if you listen to Cuomo, they need a lot more than that. But this is the United States, guys. Overall, this is what they had initially said they needed. But let's look at what they're actually using. Now think about it. Those numbers was the prediction. These are the actual numbers on the COVID tracking project. Actual hospitalizations as of yesterday were 22,158. In ICU, 5,207. On the ventilators that Cuomo needs thousands, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, according to him on his daily scare show. 656 ventilators are all that has been used in the U.S. The overestimation of hospitalizations was by 8 times. Overestimation of the ICU beds needed 6.4 times. overestimation, and all you hear from the reporters and the mayors and the governors is ventilators. Overestimation of the ventilators needed was 40.5 times what they estimated. And they're listening to the WHO. Remember China's pet, the WHO.
Backyard Sky. Backyard Sky, boy. I read books too. Backyard Sky, chilling in my, what do you want to call this? My ramble spot. I don't know, I'm stupid as hell. Reading my books. Hey yo. Backyard Sky!
fear. The spectacle of fearsome acts. Somebody steals from me, I cut off his hands. He offends me, I cut out his tongue. He rises against me, I cut off his head, stick it on a pike. Raise it high up so all in the streets can see. That's what preserves the order of things. Fear.
Telling beats.
Look at that shit. Breathe right, dummy. 1, 2, 3.
Telling beats.
Carl Lewis, baby!